it was just like all the stuff that was distracting me. I didn't have those distractions, I really had to level up. I really had to, separate myself from some things. Hey y'all, it's Janae Braighan. Welcome back to my channel. So y'all, I guess it's been a long time since I've been to the laundromat, because you gotta have cards now. Like, you gotta get a laundromat from laundromat. You gotta get a card from the laundromat to upload your money on. These folks, man, they just keep on getting slicker and slicker, because who said I wanted to put my money on here and have to come back to this laundromat? Like, but I'm not gonna lie, it's a nice laundromat. Like, it's really clean inside. Like, they got an actual person there, like a tenant there, actually cleaning and doing stuff. It's not like the hood where, it's BYOB. Like, bring your own everything, do your own everything. Like, but I'm not gonna lie, it did give me a little hood vibes, because I did see some out of order signs. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's alright. I had to come to the laundromat because I made up my bed. Like, I changed the sheets on my bed, and so I was just like, the sheets was just crisp and fresh, and my comforter just wasn't giving. So I definitely had to come wash my comforter. But baby, it was $4.50 to wash it. I need me a big dually washing machine, because I can't. $4.50? I had to drop $4.50. Okay, so anywho, so I was just like, man, I ain't been on YouTube in so long. Why not come in here while let me see how many minutes I got left. 16 minutes. You know what? I could probably go to Connie's Custard too. And it's raining, y'all. I don't like that, because I don't want my stuff to get wet when I bring it out. But anywho, so like I was saying, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, y'all, but I got a camera. So, like, I'm legit, like, I'm official. You feel me? And I'm just so happy and excited about this. But one thing I haven't really been doing is posting content. I don't know, y'all. It's just be like, I be wanting to get on here, like, turn this camera on. But, like, every time I had to really pray to God, because I'm just like, Lord, when I turn this camera on, I want to be talking like it's just, me and another person, or me and you. Like, I don't want to, have to bite my tongue, or, feel like, oh, I want to say, I can't say this, I can't say that. Like, no, I want to, like, give y'all real, raw, and uncut me, or whatever. So, I know, I don't even know I don't even remember the last video I posted, but I know I told y'all, that I had got fired from a job. So I definitely wanted so let's just it's been a long journey. Let's just take it back, you know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna have to do this, piece by piece. And this is just the first little piece, So back in June 2021, I moved out here to Houston. And when I moved out here to Houston, I moved out here in Houston in June. I stayed with my cousins from hell, which that's a whole nother story. From June to like September. In October, the first week in October, I ended up getting moving to my apartment that I'm staying in now, like my humble abode. Like, I love the space that I live in. Like, I thank God for it. Rent is high, but I mean, I feel like that's like everywhere, well, except back from where I'm from. But anyways, so I end up moving October 2021. I moved into my apartment. The end of October, I went to jail, y'all, and that's another story. That's another story time. But I started working for this company, at a lab at this company, and it was real good, a really good job. Like, I was getting paid, good money and everything. And the only thing about that is, like, all money ain't good money. And I quickly found out that the people there, like, when you go into places and you see people, like, I'm gonna just keep it right, uncle. When you see black people, you be like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? It's black people like up in higher ranks up here, like, so it make you feel a little better about yourself. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? See a black person, help a black person, or whatever like that. But a lot of times it's not like that, and I quickly learned that company, well, that not that company, but the department that I worked in was definitely not that kind of vibe. Like, it was definitely a dog eat dog world. Like, it was a madhouse. Like, it was just really crazy. There was really just black people that really couldn't take authority. You know what I'm saying? They have a little bit of authority and getting a little bit of money, and they just run wild, like let it run. Like, it was just crazy. I really just can't explain it without, Anyway, so basically they let all the bad workers just run wild and worked all the good workers, and I just thought that was just how it was crazy how they treated people. So they didn't like, the managers, they didn't really like me. They didn't really care for me because I was really quiet until, somebody did something to me or I had to defend myself and stuff like that. Because, like, I'm definitely a firm believer in don't start nothing, won't be nothing or whatever. So I remember, y'all, I remember, I was getting paid to float, to pay mileage. Well, when you float places, you get paid extra for mileage and stuff like that. So they had me helping out at this clinic in Fort Bend, which I didn't mind because I was getting paid for it. But at the same time, I definitely didn't like, fighting through all that traffic and all this and all that. So I turned in my mileage and they didn't pay me. And so I'm just like, dang. So I waited a couple weeks. I'm just like, okay, well, it might not come on this check. It might come on the next check or whatever like that. And so there was no signs of me getting my money because I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, this is the whole purpose of me, floating. I get paid to go to these places. And if I don't get paid to go to these places, somebody is not upholding their end of the bargain here. Like, what's going on? So that Monday morning, after I realized I hadn't been getting paid for my mileage, I went into the clinic, supposed to be my home clinic, which is closer to my house. And I went there and they, they called me and I was like, yeah, I'm here. Like, what's going on? And they tried to make it seem like I was the crazy one. Like, I don't know. I definitely gaslighting before I even knew what gaslighting was. Like, they tried to make it seem like I wasn't around. Nah, y'all around. Y'all need to pay me my money. Like, what's going on? Like, I didn't understand it. So me and the lab manager or whatever, I think supervisor or whatever, I don't even remember her name, but we got it together or whatever. She made sure she turned my stuff in or whatever, because I kept receipts, honey. Like, I ain't finna, especially playing with black folks, I'm not gonna play with nobody about my money at all. So they paid me, but after that, they had it out for me, y'all. They really had it out for me. Like, I could definitely tell the vibes. Like, they wanted me gone. I could tell. I knew they wanted me gone because they didn't know how to handle me. They didn't know what to say to me. Like, if they speak to me, I spoke back or whatever like that. I never chimed in on anything bad they had to say about anybody or whatever the case may be. Like, I went there, I did my job, and I went home, and that was just that. So, my manager, it was a lady named Tracy. Matter of fact, it was a lady named Tracy from Louisiana, and she had, like, she was a dyke. Okay? And I don't have nothing against dykes, but at the same time, come on, sis. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You in this manager position or whatever, like, don't treat me like that. But anyways, okay, so my manager was supposed to be this lady named Tracy, that was the manager in the area that I was supposed to be floating in, right? So, but they had me traveling to a clinic in Maryland. And in the morning time, I don't care if you leave an hour early, you leave an hour early, you still it's no telling when you're gonna make it to your destination. And they knew that, and they knew where I lived, they knew where I was traveling to, right? So and not only they had me traveling to Maryland, they also had me traveling to main campus or whatever, which is like in the middle of downtown, like off Holcomb or whatever. So a lady named Nicole was over that area, like in Maryland or whatever, the clinic that I had been going to, closer to, like, inside the loop or whatever. And they knew I stayed far from that clinic. like I said, they tried to say I was just helping out there or whatever, which I didn't mind because, like I said, I was getting paid for mileage or whatever. But every time I was stuck in traffic or anything like that, I, covering myself, I text Nicole and I would let her know, hey, I'm stuck in traffic, and blase this, blase that, like, letting her know, like, my, ETA time, like, when I'm end up to get there and everything like that. So at this point, I was just over it because I wasn't working in the area I was supposed to be in. Everybody act like they didn't know what was going on when I brought it up or whatever. So I was just like, okay, I was looking for other jobs at this point. So the only thing that really kept me going there to that place was the patience, because I'm not gonna lie, I met some really great people. Like, it's like I came across some of the most amazing people, the most encouraging people I ever met. Like, it was days when I felt like Jesus just sent angels to speak to me, and just sent angels to encourage me, like, for real, y'all, because it was just that bad. Like, being in a city that you're new to, and don't nobody know you, and you don't know nobody else or whatever, don't nobody really understand. Well, even like, they just don't really understand what I was going through at that time in my life. Oh yeah, I'm trying not to cry, but it's okay. Like, I don't care about crying, but it was just the fact that, like, I really want y'all to understand that God really I really, when I moved out here, I really drew closer to God. I really did. It was just like all the stuff that was distracting me, I didn't have those distractions. I really had to level up. I really had to, separate myself from some things. And it was hard. But like I said, God sent people to me every day when I was working down there. He sent, those patients were really nice to me, and of course I'm good at what I do, but I was just like, man, like, I was tired of that job. I really was, I was tired of it. I don't know. I was just, every time I met somebody, they would speak a word into my life. It would just, I feel like it was God's way of saying, hey, just stay down, stay the course, like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So I just, I'm still working in or whatever. Like, at this point, I'm over it or whatever. So I remember on June 1st, they sent me to, I forgot which clinic it was, but they sent me to another clinic. And they fired me, y'all. They turned me loose. And it's crazy, because looking back, I was just like, I was over it. At that point, like, I was fine with it. I really was. And so when I got fired, I was just like, all right, God, like, what's next? I didn't know what was next. And so that's where my faith had to kick in. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that's really what, you got to practice what you preach. How people be like, okay, we come this for my faith. You just got to believe, you got to trust, whatever, like that. All that stuff is easier said than done. It really is. Like, until you really have to put, you have to scrap them boots up and get to it, like, and really just lean on God and really just, find that place of peace so you can get through things. And that's what I did. Everything was okay. Like, it is what it is. Like, I knew that God was going to take care of me, because guess what? He brought me to it. So I knew he was going to bring me through it. Didn't know how. But hey, so, I'm searching for jobs or whatever. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me input. But yeah, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, for that job, I was just passing through there. And I met some amazing people. Like I said, I wouldn't have never started this channel if I didn't have that job. Stanley and Nicole, not the manager Nicole, that but Nicole that worked at Fort Bend. Shout out to Nicole. She's really from New York, and I don't know, I think she's in Atlanta now, but I don't know. Nicole, if you're watching this, shout out to you, because if it weren't for you and Stanley, I wouldn't have this channel. And I met a really good friend, my friend Mimi. Like, so it wasn't all that bad. It wasn't, all bad. Next, I got a job at a call center, y'all. A call center. And one thing about the call center, which that was my second call center job ever. I don't recommend call center jobs to anybody because it's really a horrific job. In that particular job is one of the most horrific call centers that I ever worked at, because it's like, dang, you can't have any kind of heart working at a call center. You just can't have no heart at all, because I worked there for I worked for a phone company. For a phone insurance company, and that's really ripping people off. Like, people paying I don't even know how much money a month for phone insurance. And when you call to file a claim on your phone insurance, they tell you, okay, you gotta pay this much amount of money for us to send you a refurbished phone, a phone that you may or may not work when you get it. And guess what? You got 30 days to turn that phone in if it's not working or not. After the 30 days, if it's not working, baby, that phone is on you. And y'all, I was just like, it just was so crazy, you know. And I, being my, optimistic, self, that's how I had to go through the job. But I knew God had me there because He blessed me with a job to get the job. But I know He had me there for a reason. So I would just be talking. And I don't care. I remember just like it was yesterday. I had this man from up north. It was like in New York, somewhere in New York. And he was just like, he asked me. He was just like, why are you so happy? You just sound so happy. And I was just like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I guess, and that brings me back to, it's just so much hate going on in the world. It's just so much, like, it's just so easy to be nasty and ugly to people. That's easy. That's just, that's easy. But to hear somebody just be positive and be patient or whatever, it's so crazy because it's just like, it's foreign to people nowadays. And it was just, I guess, that me being positive and happy and, unproblematic, that's like, just stunned him, And I was just like, I don't know. At first I didn't really know how to take it. I was just like, man, what, like, are you crazy or something? But, everybody not living like that. Everybody don't have that, not just sense of peace, but just being happy, just pushing through it and not being miserable and just letting it spill off into your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what, I guess, that's one of the things that job taught me. Like, just roll with the punches. Like, don't give up. Don't, just because you're not where you want to be, or just because this situation is not how it's looking, just still keep, you gotta keep being optimistic. Like, you gotta keep going. All right, y'all, hold on. My clothes is, let me go put my clothes in the dryer. Let me get my card. Hold on, y'all. So basically, I told the man, well, somebody got to be happy. Like, somebody has to be spreading joy and love into the world, and because it's already enough nastiness. It's already enough, Anyways, okay, so yeah, I was talking about the call center job. So my managers really didn't like me because I wasn't competitive, and I didn't have the hunger to sell something that people really didn't want or need and rip them off. Like, I just didn't see. That's just the bottom line. Like, I didn't see the perks and the products. Like, we're ripping these people off every day. Every time they call, the customers were getting ripped off. I did not feel good at all about working there. Like, anyways, but yeah, I was just passing through another job. I was just passing through. So next, I was a temporary associate at Walmart. Shout out to Walmart. And it's so crazy because God is so real. He's so funny, because when I was working at that call center, I was thinking like, Lord, I said, Lord, just please let me get a job at Walmart. Let me, please bless me with a job at Walmart. I had put my applications in at Walmart and all this, like, nobody wasn't calling me back. I was on the phone at work, and I got a call. Had got a call or whatever, and when I went to break, it was Walmart. I called them back so fast, like forget. I was probably in break ox for like over. It doesn't matter. I was on break because I was trying to get this job at Walmart, and so I got the job at Walmart. I worked overnight, and that job really just showed me how to be humble and stay down. And I met some cool people there too, but again, I was just passing through. So and after our little term was up, because we were like, I was doing like remodel or whatever. After my term was up, they offered me a job to, stay there or whatever, but they really couldn't tell me what I was going to be doing or when I was going to be working. Like, they couldn't tell me none of that. And plus, I wasn't really trying to work at Walmart anyways. Like, it'd be a madhouse at Walmart. Like, it just be too much going on. So, and not just, I'm talking about, like, on the employee side, not just, like, the cooks. Like, when you go in there as a customer. Like, I'm talking about just all aspects of Walmart. It be a lot of going on at Walmart. So, next I got a job as a travel health tech, which I enjoyed really much because I like traveling. I got to see different parts of Texas. I went to Louisiana a couple times. I went to Chicago. So, of course, I loved the job. It wasn't hard work at all. But it was PRN. And I don't have PRN bills. I got full-time bills, okay? So, I needed a full-time job. And if you don't know what PRN means, that just means as needed. I only worked where they needed me. Well, basically everybody worked. All the health techs worked, as needed. Like, they didn't have a set schedule, or anything like that. Which was like, it's the perfect job. Like, if I had a husband and, he was paying all the bills and I just wanted to make a little money here and there and not go off and travel and, stick fingers and all this and all that. But I ain't living like that right now. I got stuff to take care of. I got things to do. I need a full-time job. And so, I was still searching for jobs. It was just nothing popping up, nothing coming up. Until one week, it's like they all started coming in at once, y'all. They all started coming in at once, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, I had 4 to 5 interviews within like 2 weeks. So, now the job that I really wanted, they interviewed me, and for one location, but it didn't fall through. So I'm just like, man, but it's okay. I kept going, kept pushing or whatever. So when I prayed to God, I had to be specific. I had to be specific. So I got another interview with a job that I really wanted to work with, and the interview was like on a Wednesday, and they called me. The manager who I was going to be working for, she called me that Friday and wanted me to come in to one of the clinics near my home she could see my sticking skills. You know what I'm saying? So she wanted to see what I was working with. So I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I was just like, it's been a while. I'm like probably a little rusty, whatever like that, but it was okay. So I called my mama to tell her about it, whatever, because I was so excited. And she was just like, just pray about it. You know what to do. You got this or whatever. So I went in there. And, my job, like, if y'all don't know what I do in life, I'm a phlebotomist. That's the person that draws your blood when you are at a clinic or at a hospital or whatever like that. Like, that's what I do. I draw blood. I drew 4 patients, and 2 out of 4 of those patients gave me compliments. And so, I was just like, I still got it. They still messing with me. You know what I'm saying? So the manager texted me and thanked me for coming. So I asked her, like, hey, when would I know something or whatever? She was just like, you should know in 2 weeks. And I was just like, 2 weeks? I need money today. I need money. I need a job right now or whatever. So, but I prayed about it, and I knew he knew I wanted that job. Like, I knew. Y'all, hold on. Okay, so the next week I had an assignment in Natchitoches, and a company had called me. I got an email for a company that I had been applying for, and they wanted an interview that Monday. And this is another like big lab company, around the city or whatever. And so they wanted to interview me that following Monday. So I'm just like, okay, you know, I haven't heard back from the company that I really wanted to work with for. So I'm just like, all right, cool. And also, a dialysis company had called me and wanted to interview me. So I'm just like, okay, you know, it's like everything just started, you know, piling up. So, I went to the dialysis interview that Friday. I went to, that Friday after I got off my assignment in Natchitoches, I went to the dialysis interview. Before I even turned the rental car in, I went to the dialysis interview to see what they were talking about. And they were really nice, but they weren't really talking, you know. This really wasn't talking. And so, I left out of there. And guess who called me? The job that I wanted called me, y'all. This was only a week from when I showed them my skills and stuff. This was only 1 week. So I go in there, and I'm saying I go in there. So I answer the phone, and they were like, "Hey, you know, they really liked you. They want to offer you the job. You know, you got this many days to sign my offer or whatever like that." I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, that's all. I'm like, I'm with it. I'm fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I've been, you know, I ain't waiting on y'all. But then I'm just like, oh man, so I just left out of this interview with the dialysis people, and then I still have this interview I gotta go to Monday. So Monday was my last day to sign my offer letter or whatever. So I was just like, okay, well, let me still go, you know what I'm saying, and see what these people talking about. I go, mind you, I was 15 minutes, well, I ain't gonna say 15 minutes, but 10 minutes early. I was early enough for them to have all their stuff together, enough for them, you know what I'm saying? I gave them a lot of time. But when I walked up in there, y'all, it was people from wall to wall. It was so hot in there. Like, you could feel, like, and then it was chaotic, y'all. And I ain't gonna lie, I was just like, and then, and I hate it so bad. I seen a lot of working. I was just like, honestly, my honest opinion, I was just like, man, I just came from a place like this. You know what I'm saying? I just came from an unhealthy work environment. Like, I done did all that already. Like, I ain't trying to go back at all. So I went and interviewed. It was two ladies. And they interviewed. The interview went on for a long time, and they really was feeling me and stuff like that. But bottom line was, they wanted me to travel to places like with the blink of, like, with a drop of, like, it wasn't gonna work out with me and them. So as soon as I walked out of there, but mind you, they had sent my resume, or you know, they had sent my name to this other guy, a manager that worked for that same company. They had sent my name to him or whatever. He had called me that same day, but I ain't answer. I think he even emailed me, but I didn't answer because I'm just like, I don't like the vibe. I don't like what y'all putting down up in here. So as soon as I got out of the interview, I got on my phone and I signed my offer letter for the company that I work with now, the company that I had been wanting to get on with. Like, y'all just don't understand. When God, when he do what he do, he don't have do it at all. And so I was just so thankful. Everything is great, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't ask for a better job. Good benefits. Yeah. Good benefits. Cool manager. I'm really blessed. I got nice coworkers. Like, it's really it's a cool job. Like, and I'm floating as well with this job, but they don't have me floating to ridiculous places, you know. So y'all, I'm just happy everything worked out. And it just brings me to Proverbs 3 and 5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. And that's really what I've been learning for these past 2 years. Yeah, these past 2 years, I really just been leaning and trusting on God, because all the plans that you plan for yourself, all the things that you put on your calendar and all this and all that, you gotta go to God first. You gotta check with the big man first, because if it ain't lined up with what he got for you, you're gonna be all over the place. Trust God, y'all. Just do that. So that's what I've been living for the past year. I came here to share with y'all, you know, my little vent, my little rant, my little whatever. I don't even know what I'm gonna call it, but hey, I'm here. Let me see how many minutes I got. Ooh, y'all, I got 1 minute left. Yeah, that's perfect timing. So that's been my little video diary, my little ventation for today. So I hope everybody's doing great. And see y'all later.